Hey everybody, thank you for joining me another week on The Mirror Image. My name, of course, is Catherine Simone, and in this video, I actually want to talk about something I recently watched. It's a YouTube video by a girl named Chrissie, or the channel's name is Chrissie. I'm not sure if that's her actual name, but I've been following her off and on for a little while, and I really like this particular video. I felt like it spoke to me. In this particular video, she's talking about 8 popular love songs that promote low standards and struggle love to Black women. And she broke down these different songs, some of which that are really, really popular. She broke down the lyrics to the song Respect by Aretha Franklin and the song I'm Not Going Nowhere. That's the popular song that Jennifer Hudson sung on Dreamgirls. And those songs are very obvious. Like you realize once you hear the words of those songs, the idea of that desperate love, that I'm gonna let you treat me any kind of way, or you've been treating me in any kind of way, which puts us in the mindset of that low standard love, where you're with somebody who's like taking all your money or who's disrespecting you to be with someone else, and you're like begging them to keep you. So yeah, that I totally agree with. But something more interesting that she pointed out were certain songs that seem to be promoting love within women and in relationships, but it kind of falls a little short, especially when you pay attention to the lyrics. And the 2 songs she mentioned in her list that really stand out were Independent Women by Destiny's Child and Independent by Lil Webby. And then, of course, Miss Independent by Neo. But that wasn't actually put in the video. She just mentioned it. So, but you get where I'm going with this. And the reason why she discussed these particular songs is because they promote a bad idea that women push in relationships, which is, I don't really need a man. I got this all on my own. I bought all my own stuff. I don't need your money. I don't need this. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't need a man in the sense that if you want to be able to get something, you don't have to wait on a man to be in your life to get it. You should be able to do things for yourself and to be able to live for yourself, But at the same time, you can't say things like that and then turn around and feel some kind of way when you're with a guy who's not showing up. And that's the point that she was making. Like, we need each other. We love and need each other. And as soon as we accept that and build on the relationship of us being one unit, being a couple and working together, then we're going to fail in these types of relationships. So the problem with these songs are they make you think that being by yourself and shutting him down, like, no, I don't need you to do this, I don't need you to do that, is going to make you a stronger woman. And then when you have a man on the opposite side singing that song, and just like, for example, Neil's song, I love her because she got her own, she don't need mine, she said leave mine alone. It's like, yeah, but then if she's saying that and she puts on the end of it, but, you can't do nothing for me, no way, and putting you in a sense of emasculating you, then, and it's funny to, when you even think about it, is you listening to Independent Women by Destiny's Child, and the main singer, Beyonce, was with Jay-Z at the time, who was helping her build her career, and they hold each other down, and they working together as a unit, but she's telling you to be single, and you don't need no man. Or the same thing with Neo. When you think about Miss Independent, the woman he actually chose to marry and have a baby with now, that he's now with, is anything but independent. She's completely reliant on him. But these are the songs that they make for you to tell you that you be fine all by yourself, and you don't need his money, and I got mine, and leave his alone, and all this other stuff. But they live totally different lives from what they're selling you. So I just wanted to go ahead and, of course, build off of what Christie said, because I think she made some really good points, and talk about 2 songs that I personally love that talk about being independent, but in a different way. And those 2 songs are Fact Is by Jill Scott and Weary by Amir LaRue. Now, I personally love both of these artists, especially Amir LaRue. I feel like she's so underrated. If you remember a group way back in the day, Groove Theory, she was the head singer of Groove Theory. So the song most people know her by is Tell Me. But Weary was another song that she made when she was doing her solo stuff, and it just, the words in this song really resonate with me. Same thing with Fact Is. Of course, we all know who Jill Scott is a little bit more than we do Amir LaRue, but Fact Is, that song was very touching as well. And if you give me a moment, I actually want to go over some of the lyrics in these songs, starting with Fact Is. So Fact Is starts off like this. I can pay my own light bill, baby. Pump my own gas in my own car. I can buy my own shoe collection. I've been blessed thus far. I can kill the spider above my bed, although it's hard because I'm scared. I can even stain in polyurethane, but some things just don't change. And then as she gets into the chorus, you kind of get a bigger picture of what she's talking about, because the chorus reads, I need you, yeah, sometimes so hard to say. I need you, some things remain. And what she's basically saying, and if you continue to listen to the song or even read the lyrics, she's saying, I can do all those things if I have to do all those things. I'm not a lost woman who doesn't know how to take care of herself. I know how to provide for myself if I have no choice. But I know how to let a partner in when they're the right partner and they want to be a part of that journey with me. She's not tearing down a man and saying that I got this, I don't need you. She brings it up and she says, but your role is just as important when we're together. And there's something so important about that, because we keep telling each other that we have it without each other, but the truth is we are stronger together. And that's what she's pointing out. Like, the spider above my bed, but I'm scared line is the one that resonates with me the most, because I can't stand killing bugs. Oh my God. And since I've been living on my own, it is the hardest thing to do because I don't like doing it. I would so much rather somebody else do it. However, being that I do live alone, when those things come about, when I have to kill that spider or that bug or whatever like that, I have to do it because it doesn't work any other way. I have to figure it out because I can't call anybody. So yeah, I can do it, but if somebody else was here to take that responsibility for me, please help me with this. But that's the point, you know, and it's not just that men are here to do like physical chores or pay bills or just stuff like that. It's about the things that I can't do well, but you can. I can let you do, and the things that you don't do well that I can, you can let me do. We're a team. We build off of each other. So that's what I feel like she's saying in this song, and that's what really resonates with me. More so than I got my own this, I can pay my own that, this, that, and the third. Yeah, I can do all of those things, and I have been doing all of those things. But if somebody else can come into my life and help me with them and be there with me and love me, then why wouldn't I want to add them into that equation and we build a partnership together? The other song, Weary, I'm going to read those lyrics to you too. So here are the lyrics for Weary. This woman is growing weary of having to be so strong, of having to pretend not made of stone, so I don't end up with no broken bones. I can't fight every battle alone. I want someone to love me, heal my wounds, and give me kisses on my head, say words that should be said. Fear is not the matter. I would so much rather open up my heart and let down my guard. That song is so vulnerable, it's so honest, it's so open. It actually, in my opinion, builds off of the Fact Is song. Even though these songs are completely different and they aren't connected at all, to me, I feel like they go hand in hand, because you have someone like Jill Scott on one end, and she's saying, you know, I know how to do all this stuff about myself, but I do need you. And then you have Amelia Rue saying, I'm tired of having to do all this stuff by myself. Like, I know I can do it, but I would love to have somebody come in and just be my partner and help me with it. You know, I'm tired of having to pretend like I don't need to hear those words, or that I don't need to be held or need to be loved. Like, I need that. I'm not just a mindless drone. Like, I need love just like he's going to need love too. Like, we build off of each other. And those two songs open up this sense of vulnerability of being a woman, of being a person. Because it's not just women who need to be vulnerable, men too. We need each other, because that love is amazing, and it keeps growing. There's actually studies that show that people live longer and do better when they have a partner or a relationship that's strong and healthy. So whether that relationship is with a friend or with your parents or with a spouse, you need to have somebody else to be there with you, so that you're not feeling like you're just isolated and alone. You know, we don't do well alone. As people, we don't. We can survive alone, but we don't live the same way that we would with other people. And that's what I think Chrissie was saying in her video, and that's what I'm trying to say in mine. Like, yes, it's fine to be an independent woman and to do things that you have to do. When you have to do it by yourself, and that you can keep yourself up and going. But it's even better to be able to do those things with someone who cares about you, and with someone who wants to be a part of that journey with you. It's even better when there's love and nobody's trying to shoot each other down. Because right now what we have is a dynamic in relationships where we have women who don't think they need a man, that men are disposable, that all they need is sex from them. And then men who are turned off by women they feel are too masculine and belittle them. Even though they make videos and songs talking about how much they love these independent women. Like, you got, I'm sorry, but Little Webby's song, it gets me every time. I love it, because you hear it in the club and you instantly start dancing. But it's basically, he's saying, you know, these women can pay for their own stuff. They don't need my money. All they need is my peen, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm good for, and that's all I need her for. And what kind of relationship is that in the long run? Is that really the kind of relationship you want to build off of? No. But that's what we sell. That's what we talk about. That's what we put out there. That's what they sell, but then they go out and they get people who are completely different from the image that they're telling you you need to be like. You know, he's not marrying that woman that only needs penis and don't want his money and don't care nothing about him. He's marrying the other chick. But you told yourself that that's the kind of woman you need to be. And that's where we fall short in our relationships. So I just wanted to kind of build off of what Chrissie was talking about, and just say that it's so important that we learn to love each other. It's so important that we promote Black families and Black love, to the point where we're not running around pretending that we don't need each other and that we can't build strong units together. Like, I completely am enamored with these two songs, because they're showing women being vulnerable. And I just want to see us as people learn to love each other in that way, instead of being convinced that we don't need each other, because we do. We survive better with each other. So that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Of course, please make sure to like this video, like I said before, and subscribe to this channel so that you can see my videos every week. I will be uploading again next Friday, and I am so excited to continue to work with you guys. I love you guys, and thanks again. Bye. Thank you for tuning in another week. I'm starting to get the hang of making these videos, but I'm always on the lookout for more content. So if you have something specific that you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comment below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can check out my new video next week as well on Friday. Thank you guys.